It's still nice to be out because there's a lot of places where when I breathe I won't take in the smell of the drugs of the adult children who still stubbornly refuse to undergo the maturation process, and yet they live in such a beautiful place. And you know, like the elections are coming up. Today's Friday the 18th, so in 10 days. And well, you would think, you know, people here say, oh yeah, I love being out in nature, which means nature has to be there in the way, you know, where life forms are not like born disabled, and that includes them, but other life forms, and they're safe to interact with. You would think, because that's obvious, they would maybe vote green, but yeah, no, I don't think this is a community that would kind of vote green. And here's why. Check this out. There's like at least four of these. At least four of these that show we don't care about heaven. Now imagine if we only had boats that size that came here. If, let's say, okay, let's bring it down to the Skeena region. If the Skeena region only brought in things that it needs, not wants, needs, then we'd get maybe one boat like that every 6 months. Maybe even one a year over time, right? If we cared about consuming only what we need, like the smarter animals do, then that's what would happen. And people would say, well, how am I supposed to drive there or there or there? Well, there is a train if you do need to leave. There are such things as bicycles and your legs that exist. So yeah, so I mean, I'll post this exactly 1 week after Earth Day, and then we'll see, you know, how many votes the green got for this community. Look, I'm going to read a page from this. Trevise shrugged. There was no purpose in arguing the matter. He said, my friend, Dr. Pellerat, is himself a primeval historian of a sort. He would, I'm sure, like to meet his Camperellian colleagues. Can you arrange that, Lieselore? She nodded. There is a historian named Vasil Daniador, who is based at the university here in the city. He does not teach class, but he may be able to tell you what you want to know. Why doesn't he teach class? It's not that he is forbidden, it's just that students do not elect his course. I presume, said Trevise, trying not to say it sardonically, that the students are encouraged not to elect it. Why should they want to? He is a skeptic. We have them, you know. There are always individuals who pit their minds against the general modes of thought, and who are arrogant enough to feel that they alone are right, and that the many are wrong. And by the way, most people now think the earth is round, and before most people thought it was flat. I don't know how you explain that. And it is round because it's many ways you can measure for that. Might it not be that that could actually be so in some cases? The few are correct. And of course, it's not about opinion. Like, it's not saying, do oranges taste delicious? Okay, because that's an opinion. But you can say, do oranges grow in this type of climate? That is measurable. So that's a right or wrong that is measurable, by the way, in case you guys don't know. I didn't read this, I just came up with it. Never, snapped Lieselore, with a firmness of belief that made it quite clear that no further discussion in that direction would be of any use. And for all his skepticism, he will be forced to tell you exactly what any Camperellian would tell you. And that is, that if you search for the oldest, you will not find it. By the way, the reason it's taboo, and the oldest, by the way, is planet Earth. They're looking for in this one. The reason it's taboo, especially on that planet, is even though it's been 20,000 years since that time, is they still feel within them, deep within them, a shame and guilt and sense of great sorrow for having let down the earth that has, through conflict, maybe not specifically don't want to tell you what happens in the robot series, but it's been made to no longer be a heaven, okay? Almost entirely lifeless because of conflict. And the conflict didn't come between species, it came from only one species. And I'll let you guess which one.